stars. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The biggest names in music.
Oh, wow.
Big names, big songs, big guests, big prizes.
Well, it's a big show. Okay.
The Big Show.
Put your hands together for the one and only
Glenn, Angel, FD, and Sean.
That's what I'm talking about.
1FM 91.3. Good times, greatest hits.
1, 2, 3.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome to the biggest breakfast show on radio. The Big Show and the Big Show TV comes to you every day at 8 a.m. And today, because it's a Tuesday, we have the one, the only Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room. Good morning, Jerry.
Morning. I'm back in the office.
It's nice to see you back in the office.
Yes.
After, what was it, an HRW?
Yes.
A health risk warning.
And yeah, so we're all safe and sound now.
How was your time at home? Tell us a little bit about your, how long did you have to be there?
I was so itching to get out, but I was like, I have to do the right thing. I have to do the right thing. Yeah.
So
Yeah. How many days?
Oh, because it was a voluntary self-isolation, so it was about like 7 days just to be sure. Yeah. But it was not nice.
Right. So do you do the Marie Kondo thing and you know?
I was working lah.
Oh, you are working.
Oh, you didn't declutter?
No.
Sweep the house one time also never.
Vacuum? Did you vacuum? At least?
I cleaned, I cooked. Yes, I did.
She cleaned and cooked, okay?
There you go. She
Yeah.
cleaned, cooked, and worked. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Dr. Jerry, we're moving on to a very, a heavy topic.
Yes.
October is not just Breast Cancer Awareness Month, it's also the month of pregnancy and infant loss awareness.
Yes. So this month is full of the mental health awareness and a lot of different medical conditions also. So just taking the opportunity to ride on this month with all the different awareness.
Right.
Yeah, it was very difficult because I think last Friday we spoke about I think the Asian parent they hosted a platform and we spoke about the pregnancy and infant loss also.
Okay. All right.
So I thought I'll pick it up today.
So are we talking about pregnancy and infant loss? Or I mean, it's like okay, because we're saying it's the month of pregnancy and infant loss, right? So is it a separate thing, or are we talking about like both? As in, do we celebrate people who are pregnant right now? Is this what the month is about?
It's not about. It is about pregnancy. It's about pregnancy, mental health, and mental well-being, and being aware of some of the little things that we can do to help ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah. So, for example, like, stillborn. So there's Project Sidekicks that the Asian parent actually started. It's a CSR project for them where they would encourage mothers to lie on the side, and count the number of kicks. That's why it's called Project Sidekicks.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's two different things. It's month of pregnancy, sort of the celebration of pregnancy, the mental health, the changes that go on while you're pregnant. And then the second bit is infant loss awareness.
Yes.
Whether it's through a miscarriage or a stillborn baby, anything, right? Okay.
Thanks for that, Angel, because Sean and myself are useless in this area.
Yes, you are. Yes.
So
it's okay. We have two ladies here to balance off the two boys, so it's good.
Yes. Okay, we'll talk a little bit more on the Big Show TV with Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room. But right now, here are the chords from Ireland. So Young on 1FM 91.3. Good morning.
And we're back.
So I think before we continue, it's very important, I think, to establish, maybe more for the men, what happens when a woman becomes pregnant, as psychologically? Is that a good question? Is that a good
Yeah,
question?
it is. It is a good question. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think many men ask it.
Yep. Yep. Thank you
Psychologically,
for asking.
what happens?
I mean, let's check in with Angel. Angel has gone through, right?
But yeah, I mean, I guess psychologically, obviously, you're elated, you're happy, but then also you have to prepare things like getting your body ready to carry a human being. I mean, it's a massive, massive task
For 9 months.
for 9 months. Yeah, and if you're someone that's been constantly active, constantly watching your weight, constantly concerned about how you look like, as a lot of people are now, especially because of social media and the type of expectations there are out there for people to look a certain way, then it's even harder, you know. But if you're someone who can't really be bothered, then just, you know, really you're able to enjoy the joys of being pregnant, you know. And there's so many different stages. There's some people get hit by really bad morning sickness, and then some people get hit by really bad mood swings, and then some people have really easy pregnancies. So it's very hard to mentally prepare, I guess. I would say take one day at a time. That's the kind of best way you can really put it. Jerry, what was your experience like?
I think it depends on whether it's a wanted or unwanted, right?
True.
Or unplanned, not
Yeah.
unwanted.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, there
Well, some are unwanted as well. Yeah.
Unwanted, yeah. So mine was planned, and mine very, very wanted. This, pregnancies. So it is filled with a lot of excitement. You know what's gonna happen, but it's also very stressful in the sense that there's a lot of expectations, and you never know how much expectations or what are the expectations around pregnancy until you're pregnant, and everybody seems to be a guru.
Everyone's got something to say, right?
Yeah, it's like amazing. It's like, oh, you're pregnant, you should do this, you should eat that, you
Don't
must do
eat this. Don't look at
Yeah.
that.
Oh
Don't
my
look at that.
god.
Yeah. No, yes. There are all these like old wives' tales, you know. They're like, don't go to the zoo and look at monkeys because your child is gonna look like that. Don't use a pair of scissors on the bed because you're gonna have a miscarriage. There's all sorts of like old wives' tales, you know. A cleft lip
And
is
it's so
because you
scary,
did
right? It
this.
doesn't help someone who's carrying a child, right? When people
the
say that.
stress.
Yeah,
No.
and it's unfounded. It's kind of like, okay, so if your child does end up being born a certain way, then they'll blame it on the fact that you did something during your pregnancy.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but if it doesn't, then they're like, oh my God, you're so lucky that didn't happen. It's like you can't please
You cannot
everyone.
win, lah. You cannot win.
You can't win.
I got this, which I thought was really funny. Like, don't eat crab. I'm like, why shouldn't I eat crab?
Crabs? Why?
Crabs, as in crabs.
Crabs.
Yeah, okay.
Because I think in one of the dialects is, if you eat the crab, your child is gonna come out very sharp tongue or something
Oh my
like
gosh.
that.
Isn't that great though?
I don't know.
With
More chili
pincers.
crab for you.
No, I ate. I was a naughty girl.
Yeah.
Was.
So if you're one of those people watching right now, okay, and you being one of those gurus going up to your pregnant friend and saying all these things because you heard it from your mom or whoever, your mom's mom, shut up.
Yeah, right?
You're not helping, you know.
Let the woman have her baby.
Yeah.
I mean, there are body changes like what Angel you were talking about, right? So you have to really psych yourself up to, oh my gosh, my body looks weird now, and it is weird. You're having a protrusion
Yeah.
right in front of you.
Yeah. Like for my first pregnancy, I put on 28 kilos.
Oh wow.
28 kilos.
I was a whale. It's like
Is that
massive.
normal or?
No, it's not normal.
Oh, okay.
No. I mean, because I had been modeling all my life.
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I had been doing the, and then finally when I got pregnant, I was like, oh my gosh, now I can eat anything I want, and get and put on weight, and no one's gonna say anything because I'm pregnant. But no, it was not the best thing to do.
It was not healthy.
No, it's not healthy.
putting on 28 kilos.
Yeah.
28 kilos
That's a
and
lot.
losing it after that.
Yeah.
Here I am trying to lose 6 kilos.
There you go.
Ask
Try
her
and
what
have
she
a baby,
did.
Glenn.
Oh my goodness.
You just need a push.
Yeah.
No, Angel is amazing. I also put on like close to 20. And then as I hit the near 20 mark, I think I 20. Dr. ran Geraldine, and she said it with all seriousness. Yeah, Geraldine, I think you need to cut down on your bihun. Your fried rice.
That's so much fun, right? Being able to eat whatever you want and no
But
one
how-
can say anything.
But how do you ladies do it though? So how long did it take for you guys to
Lose all the weight?
Yeah.
It took me, for myself, I think it took me about 2 years
Okay.
to go back to like pre-pregnancy weight.
All right. So about
Yeah.
2 years for you too, Jerry. Around there.
Thereabouts, I think. The post-pregnancy massage actually helped a lot. Yeah.
But I mean, for women, it's a huge thing. I mean, it's not like your body bounces back after you have a child. I mean, your stomach, like nothing could have prepared me for what my stomach looked like after the child came out, because it's literally like an elastic, if you think of an exercise band that's been, there's
Okay.
an echo, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but now it's gone. You see? It's like,
I shifted. Okay, I'll do this. I'm gonna.
because we're going
shift
back
it
on
a
air, so
little
we
bit.
settle the
Yeah.
echo thing first, then we go back
Okay.
on air.
Okay, testing. Yeah, it's gone now.
Is
fine.
it-
No, it's gone.
Is it okay?
yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, you sound
It's
okay.
okay.
Okay, stand
Okay.
by. We're going back on air,
yeah,
and we can
yeah.
carry on. And a 3, and a 2, and a 1.
1FM 91.3, Roxette fading like a flower. Describing some of you right now who are watching us. Perhaps maybe you didn't get enough sleep last night. You're in the office, fading like a flower.
Eye bags.
Or at home wanting to go back to bed.
Good morning, Singapore. Welcome to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is the lovely Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room. Once again, good morning, Jerry.
Morning.
Good morning. So today we're talking about a month of pregnancy as well as infant loss awareness. And Jerry and I are still on the pregnancy bit and how women can never be prepared for what your body is going to look like, what your body can do post-pregnancy as well. But let's chat a little bit more about the importance of pregnancy mental health, Jerry. I mean,
Yes. Yes.
is there a lot of are there a lot of cases out there of women being pregnant and kind of foregoing their mental wellness?
Yeah. So
Or what happens?
I think antenatal depression is shocking. It in Singapore itself is 1 in 5 women that actually have antenatal. That means depression during pregnancy, and we don't actually realize it. So there's a lot of talk about postnatal depression, but not enough talk about antenatal depression.
So what are the what are the causes for depression during pregnancy?
The husband.
Could
One of the main causes can be, you
Yeah.
know, so a big thing is whether you have support from your husband. And some of these women, it is really, really sad because I see them, and when I talk to them, there's their husbands, have affairs during the pregnancy, and that is very, very sad. So there's a lack of support there, and then that wanted unwanted pregnancy. If it's a wanted pregnancy at that point in time, then what do? Do I still continue with the pregnancy? Do I not continue with the pregnancy? So many women struggle and they feel guilty for having such thoughts. So you compound more and more emotions during the pregnancy period. Financial. So sometimes they're worried about financial, as many of us do, right? Can I afford to bring up the child? And they start calculating, and the more they calculate, the more worried they are. Working women may get worried about their job security. I know many women who choose not to tell their employers about their pregnancy and if they're up for promotion until they get that promotion.
Are they obligated to let the employer know that they are pregnant?
Well, if the employer is going to give you 4 months off,
Yeah.
we owe it to the firm to let them know about, to hire someone temporarily, or that there will be a gap that you would not be able to service the organization.
Yeah. But what do you mean tell the employer? Unless the employer is visually handicapped. I mean, he's going to find out.
so
They're going to
soon,
find out, right? I mean,
Actually, in the early trimester, especially for many women for the first pregnancy, you actually cannot
Can't see.
So the
Yeah.
first and second trimester, some women are so blessed.
Yes. Yeah. Like some you can't tell until they're 6 or 7 months because at the end they really start to blow up, right? in the most polite sense of the term. But early on, it's very easy for a woman to hide it.
Yes.
It's very easy for a woman to hide it.
Baggy
Yeah.
clothes.
Yeah, baggy clothes and yeah.
Some of them don't even need baggy clothes. It's just amazing, and they look like they still look like models.
yeah, but hiding is never really a good idea.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if you need to hide your pregnancy, then obviously something is wrong, because it should be something. It should be a proud moment for any woman, whether they're married or single or anything.
Yeah.
It's a huge deal.
So 2 points here before we go and play a song.
Yeah.
Okay, before we play you a song. Number one, husbands, be more supportive of your wives if they're pregnant. Okay.
Even when they're
need
not
your
pregnant.
support. Yeah, even
Okay, I
when
digress.
they're not pregnant, it's okay. No, I'm kidding. Be more supportive of your pregnant wife. And two, I mean, don't hide your pregnancy.
Yeah.
Be proud of it.
People will give up the seats now on MRTs. You don't have to hide.
And there are lots of women in the world who would give up anything to be in your shoes as well.
All right, we're speaking to Dr. Geraldine Tan this morning about pregnancy and infant loss. We'll continue to talk to her on The Big Show TV. In the meantime, here's Coldplay with Up and Up on 1FM 91.3.
And we're back.
Yeah. And I think it's really important for the mummy to be happy so that the baby can be happy, even in vitro. I mean, okay, not to put more pressure on mothers, but there are a lot of research that shows that, if the mother is unhappy during the pregnancy, the correlation of like impulsivity, behavioral issues, attention issues, would increase for the child. So I mean, as all mothers do, we want to give the best start for our children. Yeah.
And it's perfectly understandable. I mean, you're cocooning this human life in your body for 9 months. It's so understandable that anything you feel, eat, or say, or listen to, external noises and stuff like that, will be heard and felt by the child as well.
Yes. So, So we want to ensure the pregnant mummy is a happy pregnant mummy.
Yeah, that's why children are always closer to their moms. I mean, in general, the majority, I think. Close in terms of connected.
Julian will agree with you.
In terms of connection, right?
I think it also depends on many factors. Some children are closer to their fathers, and it depends on the home situation as well.
But I feel like it's a different closeness. Like we can all be like buddies with our dads, but there is a different connection with our moms.
Well, that's why whenever you watch movies and stuff like that, who's the first person that people call out to, right? They're always looking for their mommy, whether when they're scared, they're always like, "Mommy!"
Yeah.
That's always the first. They're not like, "Daddy."
Yeah, exactly.
And daddy will beat you also. Scared for what?
I think moms are the emotional connection. So they help us connect to our emotions. Dad tends to play the role of a more logical person and the fixer for situations and crisis. Yeah. So moms are more human, I think. I don't know for lack of a better word. Yeah, more human in the sense that we permit the emotions to flow.
Yeah.
Not apathy.
Yeah. Not taking anything away from the dads or the fathers. But I'm just saying, because I feel that way with my mom as well,
So we've spoken about pregnancy, things like antenatal, postnatal depression, and mental health. What increases stress in pregnancy? Well, besides like what you said, like monetarily, no support.
Some of them have very poor attachment to their mothers. So they have very conflictual relationship with their own mothers, or it's a very insecure sort of attachment. So there's this hot and cold. So you don't know how to feel about your own baby.
So it's like mommy issues.
Mommy issues. Some of them, are young, so they don't know what to do. Very, very lost. First-time mothers can also be quite stressed. Doesn't mean that if you have a few more, you won't feel stressed.
You'll be more stressed.
I suppose the worries will increase if you had a bad pregnancy before. Or a bad experience. You had a miscarriage, you had stillbirth, you have an emergency cesarean, you had a complicated pregnancy, preeclampsia. So all these would increase the level of anxiety within the mother. So all these are stressors. Yeah.
Okay, so let's we spent a bit of time talking about the pregnancy. What about the infant loss? Like when you say infant, that's I would imagine 1 and below, or 18 months and below.
Well, I suppose stillbirth will be slightly different.
Oh, if it's stillborn, yeah. Okay.
Yes. So the age of a baby being recognized as a baby stillborn has now been changed to 22 weeks.
Oh wow, okay.
WHO. So mothers get to experience the full suite of all the pregnancy whatever benefits there are.
Okay, just for the guys' benefit, it's a full pregnancy is 40 weeks.
40 weeks.
So
Okay.
22 weeks is when
Halfway.
it's just over halfway. What was it before?
25 or 28 weeks. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 So I mean, grieving parents. I mean, I know people who also grieve when the baby is or the pregnancy is as soon as 8 weeks. As soon as they find out, and then they miscarry, and they do grieve. What do you say to someone who has just lost a child? I mean, is there any right thing to say, or is saying nothing at all better than?
I think a simple "How are you?" would suffice, and the last thing you want to say to them is, "Oh, it's very
What happened?"
common." What happened is so better than, "Oh, it's very common."
That's very common. Emergency, yeah.
Yeah. So whilst first trimester miscarriages do occur, I think for the parent themselves that is not easy, especially if they are feeling all the effects already, and
They've been trying for a long time.
They've been trying for a long time, so telling them, oh, it's very common. I know so and so that has it, or has gone through that.
And they're fine.
And it sounds so dismissive.
Yeah.
That it's just not helpful for them at all. Yeah.
And you can't compare as well.
Yes, you cannot compare one pregnancy to another pregnancy, and I have to add this. It is. Many people don't realize it, but actually the ART is very triggering for some of the mothers who are crying.
Oh.
That
because it looks like a
because it looks like pregnancy kit.
test
It looks like a pregnancy test kit. So it's not the insertion, it's the waiting and looking at the lines.
Have you encountered anyone that said that?
No.
For you to say that?
No. Again, because everyone is doing that, right?
Yeah.
It suddenly becomes normal and something that we just have to do. But if you think about it, right, that pregnancy. So I was first alerted because I think I said it before. I lost my first one, it was a first trimester miscarriage also. Very difficult. Even until today, the waves come that you still remember the little one. And I was feeling uncomfortable with that test kit, and I wasn't sure why, but no one was talking about it. And who would actually make that connection, right? Because everyone is doing it. Until I realized, I was like, no, but whilst waiting for the next pregnancy and the next pregnancy, this test kit, it looks exactly like the pregnancy test.
It does. And you're also waiting for a line to appear and how many lines to appear. And
You're waiting for 2 lines. This one, you're waiting for only one line.
Okay, stand
Okay,
by.
hold on, Jerry. Angel, traffic, yeah.
1FM 91.3 traffic.
All right, there are a couple of things to look out for if you're on the roads. On the KJE towards the PIE after the Chua Chu Kang Drive exit, please avoid lane 4. A vehicle has broken down. On the MCE towards the KPE right after the ECP Changi exit, avoid lane 3 this time. Another broken down vehicle. Lastly, on the SLE towards the CTE after the Mandai Avenue exit, another broken down vehicle. So wherever you are this Tuesday, stay safe.
Good morning, Singapore. Welcome to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is from the therapy room. Dr. Geraldine Tan joins us. And the topic for today is pregnancy and infant loss. Good morning.
Yeah, so we've been speaking a little bit, quite a lot about pregnancy, importance of mental health and postnatal and antenatal depression. But now we've moved on to infant loss awareness. And Jerry, on the Big Show TV, you were talking about what to say and what not to say to grieving parents. So can you give us a couple of tips how we should behave and what we should what's the best thing to say and not say?
Okay, so let's go with what not to say. Let's not say, you're young, you can try again.
Yikes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So rude.
Insensitive.
Well, you'd be surprised. There are a lot of people that say that, oh, both of you are very young, you can try again, without
realizing.
with the best of intentions, but without realizing that you are dismissing how the couple is feeling, right? Or how the mother is feeling. Or, even in normal pregnancies, you hear this really, very common during gatherings. Oh, this time a boy, next time you try for a girl, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not sure that we can choose gender.
So what is it that makes people speak like that? I mean, is it just pure ignorance or is it just not thinking before speaking? What is it?
I don't think that they realize it has such
It's
a
rude.
impact. Yeah. They don't realize that it's rude. They don't see it as rude because everybody says that, So if you hear the grandmas and old uncles and aunties, they tend to say things like that, Maybe they in the past it was very, very common. But now that we're more aware, it doesn't make sense anymore. Yeah, so we speak with more mindfulness.
Yeah,
So
I
what-
think it's okay to excuse like the older generation, but
They're not going to change.
Yeah, but for the younger ones, right? I feel like if you don't have anything good to say,
Don't say anything,
just don't say anything.
So if you find out someone's pregnant, congratulations. If you find out someone's lost a child, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's like a full stop, right?
Or if you can't even say that, then don't say anything.
Don't say anything at
Just
all.
say I'm
No.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So if a parent does want to share about the loss, the last thing they want is to have an awkward silence. Yeah, so you can always ask, would you like to talk about it? Yeah.
Okay.
How
yeah,
are
that's
you?
a good one.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to talk about it, then just do what Angel did. I'm sorry for your loss, and move on to another topic that is a little bit more neutral. They will appreciate it. Yeah. Or if you can't manage it, don't go that direction. Don't talk about people's baby.
What about for couples that one feels a greater loss than the other? You know, because I feel like it depends couple to couple how long they've been trying, how involved the father is or the would-be father. Is it a case of the men don't get as affected as the women?
Actually, all of us grieve differently. So it doesn't mean that the father doesn't show it, he doesn't feel anything. But most of the time, what the men would say is, I just want my wife to be happy. And the first role the couple has is husband and wife, not mother and father. So to the husband, you're still my wife. So that's their main role. The wife is the main role for the husband. So when they come, most of the time, the woman is grieving over the loss of the child. But the husbands, if it's an early miscarriage, the husbands are more concerned about the wives.
The wife's well-being.
Well-being, correct. And they say, you know what, if she's okay, I'm okay, but baby is gone. You know? So they're very pragmatic. They're very practical in their outlook in life.
Man, it's so tough, man. So very, very tough.
It is tough, and it tugs the heartstrings every time I have to speak with a couple. Every time I have to talk about, losing a child, and it's really not easy. Yeah, and it doesn't mean, so the other thing is, it doesn't mean that after, 1 week, it's all okay. It doesn't mean that. For years, once a parent, always a parent.
It never goes away.
It never goes away. And the parent will grieve, no matter how many years passed. Yeah, so even for mine, it's almost 14 years.
And you still think about it.
Yeah. So it's not easy, no matter at what stage you've lost a child. It stays with you. So I always tell the parents that let no one determine how long you grieve, because you're always the child's parent.
So I suppose another thing not to say to someone who's lost a child would be, it happened so long ago.
Yep.
Right. It's time to move on, right?
Yeah. You would be surprised. Yeah, you would be surprised. It happened so long ago. Why are you still thinking about it?
Well, this obviously comes from someone who's never experienced it.
It sometimes is that way, or sometimes it's the other person's discomfort about talking about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Or sometimes it's that person is being affected by how this other person is feeling. So it's almost like, come on, get over it already.
Doesn't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is horrible, really horrible. Okay, let's play a song once again, and we continue to talk to Jerry, and we welcome Julian Cole, editor of SG Karmat, to the show, to the Big Show TV as well. Here's Ed Sheeran with Castle on the Hill on 1FM 91.3. Yeah, people have not grieved before, don't understand what people who are grieving are going through. And so after a prolonged period of time, they just feel like, hey, why don't we just get over it?
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing ever, right?
Yeah, that's the worst thing to say.
For pregnancy loss, because many of the parents, talk about leaving the hospital without a baby.
Oh. And you have so many plans.
Yes.
You have so many plans that you've made. It's not, and then you've not even been able to welcome this little human into the world to even to even live through some of those plans.
Yeah,
must be tough.
It's very tough, and they go back home. What do they do with the
room
or the little clothes that they have prepared?
It's very heartbreaking, I must say. I think it's especially after everything, and you go back home and it's quiet and
Oh
like
my goodness.
I think what Angel said. I think it really hits a point. I mean, you've already made plans, you know. So, but what are you gonna do now? You know, I think you kind of feel lost.
Yeah, and it's not the kind of plan making where you have a contingency plan. You know, you don't say to yourself, "Okay, here's a contingency plan. If I don't have the child, this is what I'm going to do." Nobody does that.
Yeah.
It's always the positive, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And the worst thing is also confinement without the child. You know. Yeah.
That would be for later, like a pregnancy that's gone on for a much longer time, right? Do they also go through confinement when it's an early miscarriage?
We would encourage so that your body can recover, right? And
Okay.
but it is also very painful for the mother to go through that confinement, you know, without a baby. So it's heartbreaking to hear that. I don't know how else to say. It's just this really painful feeling in my heart when I hear each mother say that. Yeah. So you know, if you're a friend and you're there with them, just be with them. I think that's the best thing. If you don't need to talk about the loss, you really don't need, because sometimes they're not ready to talk about it.
Yep.
If you can be with them, you can, if they want to pack up certain things, you know, give them an extra hand to pack together with them.
You know, moms and dads watching, I mean, look, you know, it's time to come to terms with your feelings. I mean, if you really feel you need professional help, then I think you should get professional help. You know,
Yes.
that's
A
why
lot of
people
help.
like yourself, Jerry, are so important.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it's not good just keeping everything, you know, bottled up, you know. It's not good for your overall health.
But people will talk only when they're ready to talk, right?
Yeah.
yes.
Speaking of which, we also want to thank everybody on our Facebook chat. So a lot of people are sharing their stories about how they've gone through a lot of things. So Dr. J, after this, maybe you can
You can
go
have a look
through-
at our.
Yeah, so a
I
lot of
will.
stories and everybody.
I
So we're
will.
sending love to everybody out there.
We are
Aw.
sending love to everyone. We're sending love to everyone and embracing each and everyone. All of you are important, and the baby is important, and the baby is yours. The
And
baby
thank you for
is-
sharing as well.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
We should have read a few of those earlier.
Yeah,
on.
I didn't realize that there were any on
Quite
the.
drama when I skipped
Maybe
away. I'll cry.
later you can have a look at the question at you know, the stories like what Sean mentioned, and maybe you can highlight a few. We can bring it up next week as well, Jerry.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let Julian have his time, so I'll end it with a little quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. For each thorn, there's a rosebud. For each twilight, a dawn. For each trial, the strength to carry on. For each storm cloud, a rainbow. For each shadow, the sun. And for each parting, sweet memories when sorrow is done.
Oh my goodness, you almost made me cry there. Okay.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you
was
so
lovely.
much.
Thanks for having me.
Have a
Bye,
wonderful day
everyone.
ahead.
I'll
See
I'll
you.
see all of you next week.
Next
Yeah.
week.
See
you,
Thanks, Dr.
Jerry.
Jerry.
See you.
There you go, the lovely Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room. And now we introduce the lovely Julian Cole
Yeah.
of SG Comma.
Curtsy, please.
And
Morning,
such a
Julian.
rude topic from what I see. Floaters on the road. Ew.
I know.
Gross.
Oh my goodness.
These floaters are getting more and more common.
Are you serious?
What's
Yeah.
a floater?
Poop.
Okay, so floaters are essentially people who are hanging around on the roads just to look out for. They are essentially opportunists.
This came up recently about this dash cam video that picked up a couple of guys that stopped after an accident, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
those kind
right.
of floaters. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so they're essentially opportunists. They wanna make a quick buck off you. So if you get into an accident,
Yeah.
naturally you'll feel confused. You'll feel a little bit shocked. You'll be in a bit of a daze, right? So they will take this opportunity. They'll come for you and they'll say, you know what, bro, don't worry. I will settle everything for you. I will settle all the insurance for you. I have a workshop ready. It's going to be very safe, very reliable. and then naturally, because you're in a daze, you're in a shock,
Yeah, yeah.
confused, you're just like, oh, okay, let's go with you, you know.
Yeah.
So these are essentially floaters. They make a quick buck off, you know.
Are there more
So
of
I
them
said
now?
Poop, poop.
Apparently, there are quite a fair bit of them. And here's the best part of all that I just learned when we did a story regarding this.
But isn't this a Malaysian thing?
No, Malaysian different. They will rob you also.
Glenn, did you
Same
not
time.
see the recent video?
I
You
think
didn't see the
I
recent-
did. I think I did.
Yeah, where there was an accident and then you see two cars pull up in front on a dash cam and these guys running out, as if they were friends, but they weren't.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know what the best part is? Best part is even drivers are part of them now. I mean, they can be anywhere and you don't even know who they are, where they come from. Hence floaters. And if you want to know, no, it is not a crime. It is not a crime for them to do this. So we'll just have to accept that. So
Because they're helping, right? Because they're helping.
Exactly.
They're
But
being
isn't
good
it an offense to
citizens.
just stop on the side of the road and just jump off your car when nothing's happened to you?
No.
It should be, no?
No, you can help. What? Let's say if you
I
see
think it
someone.
can help. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's not wrong to help.
Wait, soon the law is coming up. Hold on.
Yeah.
they're gonna pass a law soon.
Because
I'm pretty sure.
Because
I'm
we don't want
pretty
to encourage people to, just like we mentioned, right? The rape case in Philadelphia, where people
Yeah.
just look on film,
Yeah,
not do anything.
yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
if a law is passed, people are not allowed to come down from their cars to help other people out.
Like fix a tire or
what's gonna
whatever it
happen.
is.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
that's true.
That's right. But I mean, police are now more aware of the situation. I rather they're not more aware. I'm sure they have already been aware of all these things going on. But it's just that with camera, with dash cams, it's just becoming a little bit more apparent now. And police right now in Singapore, at least, they are investigating some of these alleged floaters and stuff. And it's several offenses that they have caused. I mean, the first one is causing harassment. The second one is touting for business. And of course, the last one would be stopping on the road shoulder of an expressway, which apparently it's a big no in Singapore.
Okay, we'll have to define this again when we go on air, okay? So,
All right.
we're going to ask you
Yeah,
to
first time.
define
Super.
floaters. Okay, here we go.
Angel standby one traffic. Yeah?
1FM 91.3 traffic.
Okay, on the PIE heading east towards Changi Airport right after Thompson Road, a vehicle has broken down. Same situation on the MCE towards the KPE after the ECP Changi exit. Please avoid lane 3. Another vehicle has broken down there. Wherever you are, stay safe.
Good morning, Singapore. You're tuned in to The Big Show and The Big Show TV right here on 1FM 91.3. Our second guest for this morning is the editor of SG Karma, Julian Cole. Good morning,
Good
Julian.
morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
And today we're talking
to-
about floaters, huh? Floaters.
Sounds gross. Floaters
Yeah.
on the road.
Okay.
These floaters, they are more apparent now. I mean, unfortunately, because of dash cams, because of cameras, they're just more apparent now. They've always been around actually, but I can't say for sure whether the numbers have been increasing. The number of floaters are increasing. I can't say that for sure. But if you must know, they are essentially opportunists. They are They claim to be insurance claims specialists. But they're really just opportunists. And no, it's not a crime for them to do this. When you get into an accident and they rush over to you and they just go, bro, you need help. I'm here for you. What do you need? You know what? I've got all the insurance policies in my car. I know all the workshops, reliable, approved workshops. Come with me. Let me help you out.
So what's the game? They make commission, obviously, of all these workshops and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
they make big commissions of all these workshops. So they even partner with some of the workshops. And workshops, they don't really care. To them, it's just like, someone approaches them and be like, if someone gets into an accident, I want to refer that guy to you. How much do I get? Of course, the workshop is just going to be, oh, okay, sure. I mean, by all means, right?
Yeah.
So, and the worst part of all is I call them opportunists because when you get into an accident, obviously obviously you're going to be in a daze, you're going to be in a shock, you'll be confused, and someone comes up to you and bros you, you're just going to feel comfort, right? You're going to feel comfortable. You're going to be like, oh, okay, this feels very comfortable, very...
Almost immediately you'll say yes to anything.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll say yes to all his insurance policies and all his approved workshops. And there are obviously... The pros would obviously be, it's convenient because someone is settling everything for you. But the cons is, at the end of the day, you might be paying a lot more for your repairs.
Okay. So people, nobody likes hearing no as an answer. But how do you handle these guys? If you're already in a daze, you're already confused, someone's come up and offered to help you settle everything.
And I think before you answer that, Julian, I think it's very important also to let everyone know that these guys come in all shapes and sizes. So in terms of like the status, for example, you get these floaters who will come to you in from small cars to big cars,
luxury cars.
So they cater to all kinds of people in that sense. To me, it's like the image of these floaters.
Yes, exactly. And you never know where they are. You never know that. I can't say that they're hiding. Obviously, they can't predict where accidents happen, so I won't say that they're hiding. But they are everywhere.
What do they do? Drive around in circles? I mean, like,
I have no idea. I mean,
this should be the traffic police. The traffic police should be everywhere. But no, these floaters are everywhere.
Right?
These floaters are very fast, faster than the traffic police.
Maybe the traffic police should hire them.
Faster than EMAS.
But yes, it's difficult to say no. I know that, but if you're confused and you've just gotten into an accident and stuff, always call your insurance first. Just give your insurance a call first. Don't panic. I know it's difficult. I can imagine how I've gotten in an accident before. Obviously,
so
I won't deny. Yeah, I won't deny. I was in a shock, I was in a daze. I didn't know how to react, of course. But naturally, the first thing you come out is, take photos and immediately call your insurance and tell them, this is what happens. Can you please tell me exactly what I need to do? Your insurance should help you out.
Some people are not so composed, though. Some people are so panicky, and then they see someone come along and who's willing to do all that troublesome paperwork
Which is why we said earlier on that you can't ban these floaters. These floaters are going to be here to stay because they're here to help. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of whether you want to pay them that much more, right?
So just be aware of it and then make the decision, right?
You know what the scary thing is? I think I would probably say yes to one of these floaters. I'm like, okay, bro, you handle everything. Let me just sit down here for a while.
In all honesty, I think it may well happen to me as well. Seriously, I mean, I've gotten in an accident before, and if someone comes up and bros me and pets me on the back and just comforts me, I'll be
becomes your friend, right?
Yeah, all of a sudden I'm just like, okay, bro, you just do whatever you need to do, man.
Yeah, that's so imagine that. Let me handle it, right? Okay, yeah, good.
But I'm sure not everyone has good intentions. I'm sure that there are some that, I don't know, try to sell you more than just a car workshop fix it.
I don't know. I say I don't know because I've never experienced it before in my life, but I can imagine them. I don't think there's no malice, that's for sure. It's all about earning money. It's all about earning money. I see it that way, and I see that they probably will introduce you to the workshop where they manage to do the highest markup.
Yeah, so they get commission for that.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. That's right.
Okay, this is so interesting. So interesting. I mean, knock on wood. I know if Angel is in that situation, let's say, or I think most women, they will probably go. They'll probably not mind getting some help.
Actually, no. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it depends on the personality of the person as well.
It depends on the severity of the accident as well. Most people, let's say if you get in a bad accident, you're in a daze, at that point.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure.
So wow. But this is a scary thing, man, that we have more and more floaters now on the roads in Singapore. Okay, up next, Kylie Minogue. Here's The Locomotion on The Big Show, 1FM 91.3. But floaters, if you're tuned in right now, if you're watching us, keep it keep it at this level. I think everything is fine. Don't do anything bad. Don't steal from people and stuff like that.
Or cheat them, or So, like Julian, obviously, like people are doing this for commission.
Yeah.
Right. How do they earn a lot doing stuff like this?
It depends on it depends on the markup. I mean, we've done some research for the story. They can even mark up as high as 300, 400%. But the minimum will always be 200%. The minimum market rate is markup of 200%, which is already it's a lot. It's a lot, And workshops have their ways around it anyway, because they can just probably order a car part for a lot lower cost, for a really, really low cost compared to going straight to the authorized dealers. I mean, if something goes wrong to my car, I'm sure car motors would be way more expensive than somewhere else outside.
So you're saying that the chances are, if you're approached by a floater and he takes you to a particular workshop, you're getting a subpar part as compared that if you go yourself.
That could.
So that is a
downside,
downside,
but not necessarily as well.
Not necessarily.
Yes, not necessarily.
It could
but
be.
everyone's trying to make more money. If you're going to mark up like at least 200%, someone's going to cut back somewhere, right? The workshop's not going to cut back. Yeah, there you go. It's the quality of the parts.
Is the quality. So it's. But I find myself in this predicament because I can imagine just how difficult it is to say no. You know what I mean? Because these floaters, their intention is to be as friendly and considerate as possible as they approach the victims.
The salesmen.
Yeah, I was going to say they're salesmen. Yeah.
So when you do that, people might they may not even realize that they're being approached by floaters. They may think that, this is just a Samaritan of sorts, just coming down, helping me out from his car. But he could well have connections to another workshop or some insurance companies. You won't know. And they're not dressed in NTUC income uniform and stuff, right? They'll be like whole clothes.
I'm a floater.
Yeah.
Floater.
They should have that.
And when they approach you, naturally you just be like, thanks, thank you so much, and then he'll just do it. And he may just introduce you very casually to a workshop, and you probably just end up going there not realizing that he's getting commission.
Yeah.
But it's good that you're speaking about this, because it's good to create the awareness that there are these guys out there. Do you think they're conmen?
I think conmen would be a bit would
harsh.
Be very harsh. To call them conmen would be really, really harsh. Like I said, I don't think there's any malice. It's just all out for money, and
they're opportunistic salesmen.
Yes. Exactly. And if you think about it, I mean, marking up prices, it's not wrong.
Yeah. Everyone does it.
Everyone does it. Everybody who does business does
Your
that,
contractor
right?
does
but
it.
no, marking up prices is one thing, but giving you a part that perhaps might break down the next day.
But you see, that's the thing.
That's not them.
If you keep on going on that point, then obviously it's bad. But as we mentioned early on, right, that may not necessarily be the case. They could give you a brand new part, but just
and
mark
an
it
original.
up by 400%. Let's say, you know what I mean? So worst case scenario, it's a bad part. But I think, if we're talking about marking up, it could be marking up a new part.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
for me, I mean, if I'm a floater, for instance, and I just bring it to this workshop that I've been working with, it's not my problem that the workshop the mechanic decides to mark it up or take bad quality parts.
Yeah,
it's not my problem.
Not the floater.
And you know what? The truth of the matter is, if you go to any workshop, let's say, okay, like right now, let's say if something wrong with your car, you go to a workshop. All right? As long as that person is not your friend, chances are they're going to mark up the price.
Give you a cheap, You know
what I mean? So I've always made it a point to have friends who are mechanics and who own workshops. So, they're not going to, overcharge you, you see. Because I can guarantee you the majority of people who have no friends, who own workshops or whatever, the moment your car goes in there, they're marking
You're getting cheap.
They're marking the prices up.
See, that's the thing. I've always been going back to the same workshop since day one. And a lot of people have been telling me, why you keep going back there? He's probably more expensive than other well-known workshops. But I said, I don't want to change. I don't want to change. I trust him. He has been doing a really, really good job. Yes, I may be paying slightly more, but he's been doing a really good job. My car is in good shape. It's healthy. I just want to keep it that way. And if I have any problems and I go back, I know he's not gonna cheat me. He's not gonna, So I feel comfortable, and I think that's very important. Of course, if you feel like you're driving a car and your car is still under warranty, obviously you can go back to authorized dealers. It's probably the safest. The best reputation is always from the authorized dealers. But still, I have heard of stories of certain authorized dealers that do a really, really shabby job.
Oh my God!
Oh, really?
Yes, I can. I can go on air right now and actually, say something. But
Name
I
a
think
few?
I'd rather not.
We're going on
Yeah,
air,
so
stand by.
it's actually really frustrating.
It's really, really frustrating.
Yeah,
Really.
it's really bad. I mean, I don't understand why they do such things. I mean, you know,
I think they're trying to get the owner to buy a new car from them once again.
Probably.
That's how I feel. Because. Oh my God! I just want to say that I'm not talking about myself, but I'm so tempted, to go on air and tell you guys about this story.
Take a breath,
but
Glenn.
I
Take a
shouldn't because these
You
people.
can without naming anyone.
No, these people will know I'm talking about them.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Especially if you tell them the year.
It's ridiculous, man.
And
I
how
know.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
Logan looks like. Okay, wait, we're going back on air.
Okay.
Then we wrap things up. Very short. Now it's 56 already.
So, Julian, you just wrap up this thing on floaters, then we'll continue to talk about it on the Big Show TV again.
Sure.
Okay, here we go. OneFM 91.3, it's the Big Show with Glenn, Angel, FD, and Sean. It's a lovely Tuesday morning, the 19th day of October 2021. The 19th day, folks, of October. We're almost coming to the end of another month.
Yep.
Time flies, man. Time flies.
I know.
Time flies. Before you know it, it's going to be Christmas.
There you go. You see, this is what we live for the whole year.
But before that is Deepavali. Let's not forget
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
November the
Of
4th.
course.
4th of
Deepavali.
November,
I'm looking
yes.
forward to that.
Yes.
Julian Cole is our guest for this morning. He is the editor of SG Kamat, and we've been having this very interesting conversation about floaters. And we certainly hope that if you're watching us and listening to us right now on 1FM 91.3, you would have learned something new.
Yep.
Floaters,
I've never heard of that before.
opportunistic salesmen, all right?
Yes.
With the moment you meet with an accident or whatever, they're there to help you out.
Like your guardian angel appeared out of nowhere.
Exactly. They claim themselves to be insurance claims specialists, but they are not. They're essentially freelancers. It's not a crime to be a floater, but if you ever come across, if unfortunately you get into an accident and someone appearing to be a Samaritan coming up to you, be aware, be wary, make sure that you don't fall into their trap, because you could well be paying a lot more for your repair at the end of the day. So always take the correct steps. I know it's difficult. You'll be in a daze, you'll be in a shock, you'll be confused. Try and stay as composed as possible. Call your insurer first. Your insurer will be able to advise you on the next steps to take after the accident. So you'll probably have to send the vehicle to the accident reporting center using some tow truck that's supplied or offered by the insurer. You'll probably have to take evidence of the car accident as well. Just take photos and documenting the scene, including license plate numbers and the extent of the damage. And last but not least, please refuse help from people who are not from insurance companies, because they are the floaters.
Lesson of the day: don't be a floatee.
So I think what's very important today is because most people forget who they're insured by. After a while, you just take these things for granted. So go back, check your documents. Perhaps
have the number
save
saved.
that number in your phone.
Yes.
All right, so you know who to call. But for the people who forget who their insurance people are, what is the next thing that they can do though if they're in a situation like that?
You can just call GIA. GIA is a General Insurance Association in Singapore. So you can call GIA, or you can even email them. But when something like this happens, just call them. Give them a call. It's 6221-8788. That is 6221-8788. So
Did you have
GIA.
that in your head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, 622
GIA. Everyone take it down.
6221
8788.
8788. Okay,
So
everybody
it'd
just
be
remember
good to have these numbers sort of, even if they're
Saved
not in
in
your
your
phone,
phone.
have it taped into your glove
Yeah.
compartment or something, so
Well,
that
this, another thing I learned, I'm not too sure if this will help, is that for your phones, right? If you, just in case you get into an accident, unfortunately, you can actually store
ice.
numbers. Yeah. So I always put like NOK, like, if it's my wife, I'll bracket NOK or ICE, so that they know if anything happens, this is the person to call.
Mine is all under ice, so it's just easier to find.
Yeah.
In case you don't know, it's in case of emergency.
Yep.
So people scrolling through your phone will automatically know that those are the numbers to call.
Exactly.
Okay, brilliant, brilliant. Thank you so much, Julian, for joining us today and telling us all about floaters, man.
Very happy to be here.
Not as gross as I thought it would be.
Okay, up next, headline news and sports right here on The Big Show.
And now,
Yeah, so
Floaters.
yeah,
I
so
know. My colleague actually bought a brand new car. Brand new. And he told me, I'm getting a brand new car instead of a used one because I want less trouble for my car. At the end of the day, he got into more troubles. He had a lot of problems with the gearbox, with the engine. He actually replaced, I kid you not, he actually replaced the entire gearbox once and overhauled the engine once.
Oh
and
my
that is
God.
within the span of 2 years. 2 years, brand new car.
so you got a lemon, lah.
Yeah, probably. And there's always something. To the point whereby when he went back to the workshop at the authorized dealer, he realized that, this is just not working out. So he brought it outside, brought it elsewhere. After the third year, if I'm not wrong, he brought it outside. He said, I'm sick of this. I don't want to have to go all the way down to Linky or Alexandra, so far off from the office, because we are at Ubi, right? So,
Yeah.
so I don't want to drive all the way down there and then just have to wait the whole day. My whole day is gone because something's wrong with my car. And say it just defeats the purpose. I mean, I bought a brand new car because I didn't want any problems. But
Yeah, exactly.
it's still this.
This is an SG Carmart guy that bought a lemon.
Yes.
Oh my goodness!
Right.
The
And he was just crazy. He was furious.
And he
to the
should be.
point, he said, "You know what? I'm going to sell the car. I'm happy to downgrade. I'm happy to." And I said, "You know what? You should, man. You should."
I'm surprised he lasted that long. 3
Yeah,
years.
exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. In fact, till today, he's been driving the car for about 5 years already. Yeah.
Poor
So
guy.
he brings it outside to a workshop. The only problem is, for outside workshops to actually bring in the original parts, it's gonna take a long time. They have to order the original parts, and obviously he wants original parts, right? But the workshop is really quite transparent about it. When the order comes in, they'll actually show him the receipt, as in how much the parts cost, and they'll say we'll charge you according to this. I mean, the receipt shows where I got it from, everything. It's from another company. It's from the correct supplier. This is what we're going to charge you. So what we're going to charge you is manpower work. So that's
An
fair.
honest workshop.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there are honest workshops out there, definitely.
There are.
They may or may not work with floaters, but I mean, they are still relatively honest.
Yeah, you can check them all out on SG Karma.
Let's come on.
That's right. You can head on to our motor directory tab. You can find out all the workshops. We have different specialists. I mean, we can have like Honda specialists, Toyota specialists, Mercedes-Benz specialists. Yeah, so it's all there. So it's quite easy to find. I didn't find my workshop from SG Karma.
Don't tell anyone that.
It was more like a word of mouth. Yeah.
But is that word of mouth workshop now on SG Kamat?
Yes, it
There
is
you
now.
go.
on SG Karma. That's the thing.
That's all that matters. Don't keep it to yourself.
Yeah, so I'm really glad I found this workshop, and I'm really glad that I wasn't swayed by other
Right.
people telling me you should head on to this workshop, you head on to that. I was very happy that I stick to this guy. He's a Honda specialist, very honest. He can be a bit boastful at times, but you know what? I really like how he gets things done for me.
Right.
That's all I care.
He's got personality, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a boastful workshop owner. Love it.
Yeah, so that's really cool. That's really nice.
Okay. Well, thanks, Julian, for joining us once again. Well, our time flies, man, when you're having fun.
Yeah.
I know, man.
9:05,
I know.
man.
I know. Thank you so much for having me. I will
Thank
see
you.
you guys next week. What? At the Hotel California? I could have guessed that.
But you
No, you
didn't.
couldn't have. You didn't. You didn't win our prize.
Hotel California, man. That's but excellent choice, guys. Excellent choice.
It was
All
good.
right, man. Thanks so
Thanks,
much,
Julian.
Julian.
All right, cheers, guys.
Take
Have a
care.
good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ciao.